And with that being said, welcome back to another week of the QbBar. This is how are the best ranking of quarterbacks on the internet. You know how it goes: associates, junior partner, senior partner, managing partner, and who needs to go back to school this week. This is the best breakdown of how quarterbacks are playing in today's NFL. And let's get started with going back to school this week. Need a little more time. Oh, we got 4 guys. So listen. Kirk Cousins, you might just need to go back home and be a family man. Kirk Cousins, it's been really bad the last 4 weeks. 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. It's not looking great here. Derek Carr, I'm kind of doing this as similar boat to Kirk Cousins. Now, I feel a little bad for Derek Carr because he did hurt his hand, and so I don't want to demote someone on injury because of injury. But look, man, workers' comp is workers' comp, and this is a law firm. So you got to go. Jameis Winston, it was fun. It was a fun couple of weeks, and it was a fun victory against Pittsburgh. But Jameis Winston is showing you why Jameis Winston is who he is, which is a lot of talent, but a lot of inconsistencies, throwing interceptions, not consistently great quarterback play. And Anthony Richardson was on a bye, so I'm not going to move him up or down. He stays where he is. First-year associates. Aaron Rodgers moves up. Aaron Rodgers, his first 300-yard game in years, which is insane to think about for someone of his caliber. Bryce Young, again, number 1 overall pick. He took the benching and he did what a lot of people can't do at 22, 23 years old, which is, hey, we're going to move you backwards so that one day we can move you forwards. He took the criticism, he took the coaching, he took the experience. Bryce Young has been playing really good football. I know it's the Carolina Panthers and they don't win a lot of games, but the Carolina Panthers, take this into consideration, they are favored for the first time since December of 2022. Almost 2 full years of being the underdogs in games. And now they are finally the favorites playing the Dallas Cowboys. Drake May, Caleb Williams, again, the third and fourth best rookie of this quarterback class. Drake May not playing a lot of expectations. Caleb Williams, I know they got blasted by the 49ers, but we were kind of talking about with Will earlier. I don't blame Caleb, but at some point I do need to start seeing Caleb perform better before he's down 20-0 or 24-0. And again, yes, I'm a little salty because I know if another rookie quarterback is down 24-0, I know what Twitter would be saying. I know what online would be saying. So there's Caleb Williams. Kyler's got to move down. Kyler is like the most, when it looks great, it's great. But when it looks bad, it's really bad. And these last couple of weeks, it's looked really bad. I don't know if that's because the new Black Ops is out or what's going on, but like, Kyler, and we just talked about Jalen Hurts. If anything, yes, is he probably better than the other 5 quarterbacks on this row? Yes, but he's doing the least with the most, which just doesn't sit really well in my eyes. He's got all the resources, offensive line, receivers, tight end, great defense, and it still feels like he's just okay. Second years, Brock Purdy had a hell of a game. And I know the Bears we can criticize a lot, but the Bears have had and do have one of the better defenses in the NFL. And I know none of us are sold on Purdy getting a $50, $60 million contract. The 49ers did come out and say they plan on extending him, but no one knows if it's going to be quite in those numbers yet. But you can't deny the way he's been playing. Russ, yeah, a little salty, but hey, man, he's playing well. He's only lost 1 game this season. I've heard some MVP conversation from like national shows, and that's wild to me, but Russ is playing well. Give him his credit. My controversial associates, Jordan Love, CJ Stroud. Look, man, we saw Love play the Lions. It is what it is. Is he supremely talented? Yes. Is he going to make plays? Yes. Does he still turn the ball over too much, for my opinion? Yes. CJ, again, I want to see more. I just need to see that next, we need to see the improvement. Geno Smith, I did move him down. He was a junior partner last week. I don't know what to make of the Seahawks, and I don't know what to make of Geno, if I'm being totally honest with you. The Seahawks, I don't think, are a great football team, but they continue to win games, and Geno being the most consistent part of this team clearly means something, but I just don't think, in my mind's eye, I can really put him with the next group of guys. I just can't do it. Maybe that's unfair, but that's just the way I see it. And Tua's been playing really well. The Dolphins are going to be this year's version of this is going to be the best team that misses the playoffs. Especially, and it's going to be really easy to note why, which is those weeks that they didn't have Tua, where they were the worst offense in football. Tua has proven a lot this year as far as his value to the team. Coming into this year, there was a lot of, oh, it's Mike McDaniel's scheme. Oh, it's Tyreek Hill. Oh, it's Jalen Waddle. No, this offense, it works with Tua. Tua has to be there. So give Tua his credit. First year junior partners. So I moved the only movement in this. So obviously Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels both came off a bye. So I really wasn't going to move them up or down. Justin Herbert. Look, is Justin Herbert the best quarterback in this column? Yes, unequivocally. But I brought this up yesterday. Why does Justin Herbert still feel this streaky? Like, one game he's out there, like for a half he looks amazing, and another half they get shut out. He goes on 10 of the greatest throws you've ever seen in your life, and then he doesn't have a completion. Like, it's just weird to me that even with, and I know they're running the ball more, I know that's Jim Harbaugh's style of team, but the reality is here, like, Herbert should be better, right? I just ripped Jalen Hurts and said, you know what, he should be better with everything he's done. Herbert doesn't feel like he's improved since he got into the league, and the only reason it's passable or justifiable is because he came in the league so good so quickly that we're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But he hasn't improved. He's still really streaky. He goes a half without scoring a point. It's just weird to me, and so I'm not willing to have. So I did have to knock him down. Yes, did they lose in the same weird way that everybody's losing to the Chiefs this year? I'm not going to hold that against them, but the fact you got shut off for an entire half, I am going to hold that and the streakiness. Second years, if this will show up, there you go. Second years, Matt Stafford is amazing. Like, I know Josh Allen, we went full alien mode, full force of nature, 6 touchdowns, but Stafford was also great in that same game. The fact the Rams are even where they're at in the season right now, Stafford, you got to give him a lot of credit for that. He's been playing amazing with injuries to everybody, with a really young defense. Like, Stafford's been playing his heart out. Kirk Cousins, this is the, not Kirk Cousins, sorry. Sam Darnold, this is the best he's ever looked in his career. Just had a 5-touchdown game, which is why he was already here last week, but now I feel much more confident about him. And Baker, he's been throwing the ball everywhere. Again, Baker, probably a little too many turnovers, probably should be down, but I don't think the Bucs are near this position without the success of Baker Mayfield. Then we go to seniors. 3 of the 4 are the same, the exception being Mahomes. We have moved him down for managing. Look, these are 3 of the 4 best, same with last week. These are 3 of the 4 best quarterbacks in the NFL. Lamar was obviously on a bye. Jared Goff, you saw what they did. Joe Burrow, Monday Night Football. He continues to put up these numbers. No, Joe Burrow cannot be the MVP. The Bengals are not good enough. And Mahomes, again, we understand who he is. But when you lose these games, or when you win these games in a way that you don't feel like the reason, I can't put you at the top of the league. We understand your resume. We understand what you've done. But I just can't do it. Which means, of course, the force of nature, Josh Allen, 6 touchdowns. What more can you say? I understand the Rams have a young defense, but it's not a bad defense by any means. Jared Verse in the defensive rookie of the year conversation. 6 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns his last 2 weeks. I know his receiving touchdown is kind of fake or weird, but the end zone 9 times in a 2-week span. He's one of the best quarterbacks, and currently, if you had to end the season today, it's either him or Saquon Barkley for MVP. This is obviously a quarterback ranking, so overall players, Saquon would have an argument for this spot, but if we're just doing quarterbacks, you got to go Josh Allen, top of the line right now.